He was very open to our artistry. You know, he respected all of us as artists and was open to hearing what we had to say. Now, it didn't make it half the time, but you know, he would listen, and if we were right, then we were right.
Yeah,
And his ego was nowhere involved in that, so that was a good thing.
He was there every day.
Yeah, he was
every
there
day. He was there every day. He has more energy than everybody in this room.
No, he plays tennis every other day, man.
Does he?
Yeah, and he'll run up those stairs and just be like, "Come on, what's wrong?"
Yeah.
Like he's a different kind of 84.
He's a different kind of 84. I think he's found that fountain of youth or something.
Right. Yeah, it reminds me of Melvin Van Peebles even, you know.
Melvin Van
He's another
Peebles.
one, super youthful, you know, whatever his age is, but you wouldn't be able to guess it.
Yeah. I spent some time with him in LA. I went on vacation just a few weeks ago, and I stole an hour with him.
Okay.
And the notes on top of notes that I just took, like sitting under him. One of the things he said about being happy, I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but he said the thing about fame and success is not many people make it home. He said it's like baseball. He said Michael made it to third base. And I went, if Michael didn't make it home. And what he talked about was gratitude. And he talked about being happy. And he said, you know, even when business got crazy and tough, I loved it. I love what I do. I love people. I love music.
That's the key.
And that's what he said. He said, you remain grateful for your health, and you're grateful for your family and your friends, and you reach back to the person you reach back to the person that bought you lunch when you couldn't afford a sandwich. I remember that. And I thought to myself, man, you could always afford a sandwich. but I hear what he's saying.
And you know, another thing is he loves, and still today, but he loves working under pressure. He loves pressure. One of his favorite stories he told me, other than the Marvin story, was, I think it was a Wednesday. He was like, they were short on cash at Motown. They had no money. And they were like, we might have to close down. This was still in Detroit. And he went to HDH and he was like, I need you to write me a hit tomorrow.
Today.
Like, I want you to write it tonight.
Right.
And I need it to be ready tomorrow because we have to print it on Friday and we have to ship it Monday. And so, you know, now you're there and you're like, and he was like, and I need a number one.
Wow.
And they, you know, of course, these three cats go in the studio and they just sitting there and they go like, man, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna like? Let's just write the same old song. It's just the same old song. And then they wrote the same old song. Number one.
Right. Number one. We're going to take some questions from the audience, you know, because we could really this is enjoyable.
The show really is primarily two stories. It's two love stories. It's the love affair that Berry Gordy had with his music, but it is a beautiful love letter to Diana Ross. I mean, those of you who've seen the show, he loves this woman. And it's to the point, loves. And it's one of those moments, I think, you know, those of us who've had relationships, you can be with the person you're with, but sometimes there's that one in your life. And when he looks at, I mean, they were all on stage and we were all losing our minds, but I took a moment to look at him looking at her. And he still looks at her like, I love you. And so the show reflects that. So she's been twice, and she's coming back again to see the current Diana Ross, KJ Brown.
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, to answer your question, not only did she come to opening night when the press was there, but then she came again with Rhonda, her daughter, and that's when we really knew that she enjoyed the show, because you know, she came back again and she's coming again. So.